Welcome, friends and family, to my COVID-19 mini workshop. Thank you for finding the time to participate in this workshop. As you all know, my name is Benedict Molungila, and my facilitator is her name is Abungile Mangele. I am a fourth-year human resource management student, as well as my administrator. My human resource development lecturer has asked the whole class to create a workshop that we educate our friends and family about COVID-19. Let's go to the next slide. The course outcomes are as follows. In this first point, we have understanding what COVID is. The learners will also need to critically understand and the national statistics of COVID-19, explain the stages and symptoms of COVID-19 infection, and elaborate on the main types of COVID-19 transmissions in essay. Identify ways of preventing COVID-19 transmission, listing the dynamics of COVID-19 testing, understanding what to do when infected with COVID-19, and lastly, list all the COVID-19 symptoms. The first point is of the outcomes we're going to cover is what is COVID-19. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine 2022, coronavirus recognized in 2019, SARS-CoV-2, has caused a disease of respiratory sickness called COVID-19. COVID-19 is a disease caused by SARS-CoV-2. The the coronavirus that emerged in December 2019. COVID-19 can be dangerous. It has caused millions of deaths around the world, as well as lasting health difficulties in some who have encountered or injured the illness. From individuals to individuals, the coronavirus can spread. It is detected with a test. Can I hear an amen from you guys if you're still present? You can unmute your mic.
Yes, we stay here.
Okay, thank you. I'll proceed to the next slides. Now we're going to talk about the national statistics of South Africa. According to the World Organization 2020, in South Africa, from 3rd of January 2020 to the 17th of May 2023, there has been about 4,002,553 cases, confirmed cases of COVID-19, of people that have COVID-19, with 100,295 deaths reported by the World Organization. As of 30 April 2023, a total of 38,800 according to 38,813,021 vaccine doses has been directed to people. Now we're gonna talk about the stages and symptoms of COVID-19 infection. According to Margaret 2022, suggests that there are three general phases of infectious infection with SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. The first stage, we got the incubation period. This is a time where between getting infected and with symptoms appear. You may see symptoms start 2 to 14 days after infection. The incubation period differs amongst individuals and it offers depending on the variant. It differs depending on the variant, I mean. Even though you do not have the symptoms in the incubation period, you can transfer the virus to another person during the stage. The second phase of the COVID coronavirus, we have the acute COVID-19. You have entered the acute stage once symptoms already has appeared. You may have fever, cough, and other COVID-19 symptoms. The active illness can last 1 or 2 weeks if you have mild, moderate coronavirus disease, but the severe cases can last for months, can say. And some people are asymptomatic, meaning they may have symptoms but do not have the COVID-19. And the last phase we got is the COVID-19 recovery. Post-COVID, symptoms such as persistent cough and off fever, weakness, and changes to the sense of smell or taste can persist for weeks and even months after your recovery from acute illnesses. Now we're going to list the few symptoms that we can find or you can detect if you have COVID-19, which are as follows. We have fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, headache, new loss of taste and smell, sore throat, congestions of running nose, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea, and severe symptoms which may include difficulty in breathing, persistent pain and pressure in the chest, new confusion, and inability to wake up or stay awake, and the blushed lips or face. Now we got to this point that we need to test some people's knowledge. We have activity 1. So I will leave you guys to work on this activity and I will give you about, let's say, 5 minutes. 5 minutes to work on this activity and then we'll head on to the next part of the session. Is that okay? Can I hear your input?
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
There will be a timer and I'll let you know when to stop. I think time is up. Time is up. Leonard. Vishali, are you done? Okay, seems like she's gonna come and join us. Maybe difficulties. So the next part that I'm gonna discuss in this workshop is the main types of COVID-19 transmission in SA. We have like number one, the direct contact. Direct contact takes place through a skin-to-skin contact, as well as kissing and sexual intercourse. However, direct contact does not only refer to contact between humans. Infections through respiratory droplets is a form from direct contact, such as sneezing, coughing, or talking to someone. And then we have the indirect contact. Indirect contact allows a pathogen to spread to a host through suspended elements. Fomites or insects such as mosquitoes and fleas. Airborne transmission is likely when droplets nuclei are suspended in the air. Airborne dust or particles from soil is also a depth of circulation pathogen when it is blown into the air. Then we have the transmission. COVID-19 spreads primarily from person to person in several ways. It can also spread through a small liquid particle. These particles range from large respiratory droplets to smaller aerosols. Releases when an infected person coughs, sneezes, speaks, signs, or breathes. It also spreads mainly between people who are in close interaction with others, normally within 1 meter. It can also spread poorly, but it can also spread in poorly ventilations or indoors. Settings where aerosols stay suspended in the air or travel beyond than 1 meter. It can also be existence if a person touches exteriors that has been contaminated by an infected person. Leading to the next slide. Which is ways of preventing COVID-19 transmission. The World Organization 2020 states that to protect yourself and from others from COVID by following these precautions, which are as follows. We got get all recommendation doses of COVID-19 vaccine, keep a safe distance from others, especially if in closed spaces, and when indoors, open windows if possible. Wear mask if you are around people who are at high risk of this severe illness. Keep hands clean, cover your cough and sneezes, stay at home when feeling unwell. Then we got the dynamics of COVID testing. There are two main categories of tests. We got the viral test, which looks for the presence of the virus in your body. And then we have the antibody test, which looks for signs of immunity to SARS-CoV caused by previous infections. The viral test, we got the PCR test, the polymerase chains reaction. These are based on the standard laboratory method, which is used to notice tiny amounts of genetic material within samples from SARS-CoV-2. It is an extremely delicate test with high rates of accuracy. So PCR testing is widely accepted as a gold standard for COVID-19 detection. It requires specialist equipment and training, specific regions to perform. Then we got the saliva test. PCR tests are being advanced with use of saliva rather than swabbing the nose and throat, with some people feel uncomfortable. These appear to be less delicate through the predicted swabbing, but may be more proper for certain groups such as children. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Since we only have few time left, I need to get going. Now, the other type of test, viral test, we got the rapid PRC test. Unlike old PCR tests, this test can be executed with least training, grounds portable to tabletop machines, and promise to provide a result within 90 minutes. However, because of each machine can only process a maximum of 16 tests in 24 hours. Such are likely to play only limited character in screening wider inhabits for corona infection. Then we got pool testing. This is another result of proposed by to try and increase the testing capabilities of countries and speed up the turnaround of viral tests, rather than laboratory conducting PCR tests on every sample. They collect samples from multiple people, are mixed and tested as one. If the pool sample tests positive, each a sample in the pool is individual retested to identify the source of the virus. Next slide. Then we have the rapid the antigen test. Antigen tests are far quicker and inexpensive to create PCR tests. Antigens are less delicate than PCR, as more people who are infected with this virus are missed, causing an unnecessary outbreak. They are more likely to be detected, to detect virus, when individuals are more contagious, address likely to detect dead virus, which remains after an infection has ended. Antibody test aims to identify previous contacts, SARS-CoV-2, identify on which type of immune response, the production of antibodies by B cells. Their presence in the blood is a good sign that someone has unprotected to the virus and may indicate that they are protected against the future infection. However, antibody tests have still a significant role to play by assisting inform public health organization about what proportion of population has been unprotected to the virus. Now, we lead into what to do if you are infected. According to the Census of 4D Disease Control and Prevention 2022, sets to guide on what to do if we are sick or caring for someone who are caring for someone who are infected, which are as follows. Keep to yourself and stay at home. Improve your home exposure to air to avoid COVID-19 from spreading amongst other individuals. Keep an eye on your symptoms and follow your doctor's assistance. Abstain from sharing personal household things and maintain day-to-day cleanliness and hygiene. Sorry. Put on a cloth mask or breather when surrounding people. Now, this is the COVID-19 treatment that has been used to cure COVID-19. And the first treatment we got is the nirmatrelvir with ritonavir paloxide treatment. It's an antiviral treatment, which can be used for children as from the ages of 12 years and older. When to use it as soon as it starts possible. Must begin within 5 days of when the symptom starts. And how should the treatment be taken? And should be taken at home by mouth orally. So obviously you need to take the medication through the mouth. And then the second treatment we have is the remdesivir Veklury. And adults and children are able to take this treatment, and obviously they can take it as soon as possible and must begin within 7 days of when symptoms start. And intravenous infusion and a healthcare facility for 3 consecutive days. And then the last treatment of COVID-19 we have, it's the molnupiravir Lizviral antiviral, and it's only mainly for adults. Children cannot use it, and they can use it as soon as possible and must begin within 5 days of when symptoms start, and can be taken by mouth from home. Now we have the last activity for today's workshop, which is activity 2. So I'll give you about 2 minutes to look at the questions and try to answer them. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay, time's up. Time's up. Mishali, Amy, do you have any questions that you want to ask me? Are you all good? How did you find the workshop?
It was all good. I understood every topic we went through. So yeah,
That's good. What symptoms did you like that stood up for you of COVID-19?
the symptoms is the headache, the fatigue, shortness of breath, and sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Amy, do you understand what COVID-19 is? Was it like everything here?
Yes, I do understand that too.
Okay, thank you for your time. And I will hope you to see you next time on the next workshop. And I'll let you know when and the time and everything. So have a good day.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys. Goodbye.
Thank you.